To start off this assignment, we're going to fold our paper once in half this way, like a card, and then once in half this way, so both vertical and horizontal. And then we're going to open it up so that you have 4 sections on your page. 1, 2, 3, 4. We are going to start by drawing your name in black letters. If you don't remember how to do black letters, I'm going to show you right now. So I have to write Mrs. Page, so I need 2 lines. So I'm going to just really quickly with my pencil write out my letters, and they could be all capital or they could be a combination of lowercase and capital letters. And I'm going to write them first like this. I'm giving them space between them so I can turn these into black letters later. Okay. Now I'm going to trace around them. And it's okay if they overlap each other or do not fit. I'm saying in just this square right now. And erase that line in the middle. There's my black M. R. S. And the period. And then here's my P. I'm going to continue to finish all of these letters just like this and erasing the insides to start. All my letters written out in my first square. Now I'm going to add some design to this square too. So maybe I'm going to make a line that looks like this coming from here with lines and shapes. We're staying in this one square. Any way that you'd like to design this with any kind of pattern is great. Okay, now I am going to take my black oil pastel that you should have in your art bag, and I'm going to outline all of my lines. So use your black oil pastel to do that. Besides your name in this section, you should have your black letters, and then you should have 3 kinds of lines. So I have zigzags, I have swirly lines, I'm adding right here some vertical lines, and I also need to have 3 kinds of shapes. So in mine I have crescents, triangles, and circles. So 3 kinds of shapes and 3 kinds of lines should also be added to your design. Then I'm going to take this picture and fold it like this in half, and I'm going to use something hard like a marker or scissors, and I'm going to rub on the back of it just like this. When I do that, do you see that there's a ghost image? That's what we call it. It doesn't look like a perfect copy, but there's a ghost image of this picture here. So I'm going to trace all those lines again with my oil pastel. Now I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to fold my paper this way and rub on the back, all on this back again with my hard object like a marker or scissors or something like that, so that it will transfer. My ghost image down here again that I'm going to trace around. So from this step, we're going to use our watercolor paints that you should have in your art bag and your brush with water. I am going to use a brush that has water that's stored in the handle already, so I don't need to have a bucket of water. This way I can quickly go through all the steps with you. But you, if you don't have something like this, just use a regular brush and water. And we are going to paint our picture. Now the key to this is if I paint something green here, then I need to paint it green in my entire design. So in all the parts of my radial design, I need to make sure that I am painting the same thing, the same color. So I'm going to go through and paint my M's all green. I want you to paint everything in your pictures, but I'm not taking my green and coloring this whole thing. I want you to break up the design and make it look interesting by using different colors. Just like this. When you are done with this photo, you will submit it in Google Classroom and on Artsonia like we've been doing. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with and how your designs turn out. Remember, your name plus 3 different kinds of line plus 3 different kinds of shapes. Once you transferred it into all 4 parts of your picture, you are painting. A really fun painting, just like this from your art bags that you received in the beginning of the year. Those really important art bags that we've talked about before. So I'm going to continue painting my picture. Our black oil pastel makes a nice barrier for us so that way paint doesn't go outside of our lines. So we don't have a really big sloppy mess on our hands here. And I can use paper towel to wipe my brush off between colors. As you can see, the picture is starting to be completely filled. You see how in this square there's barely any white space left, and I want yours to not have any white space either. So I'm not done, but getting closer. When you are finished, take a picture of the whole thing to send to me.